Alright, hey everyone, welcome to a morning edition of the Breath of the Wild Any Percent Tournament. We've got a winner's bracket round 2 with Coensi versus Roko. On comms today, we've got Lumina and Kelski. You guys can take it away.
Thank you, ADN. Thank you for waking up for this. I think it's quite early for you. But yeah, this should be a good race. I think these two runners have gone under the radar a little. Maybe not Roko so much, but like he's got second in the seeding. So yeah, these are two very good runners. Looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Very excellent runners. Coensi has a lot of game familiarity with his Hundo experience as well, so it'll be good to see.
Yep, we're just coming up on the countdown now, but yeah, I would have Roko as my favorite in this, but we will. It could go either way for sure.
Sometimes the game
Coensi's
says
shown
no.
Yeah, it's just down to who has a better day, really, and who can handle the race nerves. Yep, 20 seconds before the minute of cutscene. Just gotta fill this gap. I think in terms of PBs, there's a bit of a gap, actually. Roko's got a low 26, Coensi is around a low 28, but I think most of Roko's runs have been averaging low 28 into the 29s. So, yeah, it's definitely doable for Coensi. Interestingly, the runners have different light depth in the monitors. You can see the difference between the two if you use the full RGB range or not. Gamer Wimbum, we will see what the runners opt for.
As we get started and the racers run up to this pedestal here, we'll see that both of the runners are running in European French instead of Canadian French. We can tell that because the S on Sheikah will be lowercased instead of capitalized.
Yeah, exactly. I think both of these runners are European.
Yeah.
So. Unless they went out of their way for Canadian French. It is what most people tend to do in Europe. But yeah, we'll look to see what strats the runners up to go for. There's been a lot of variations between safety strats. And I'm pretty sure Roko goes for Boko Shield, so very likely we'll be seeing that before long. That is a fast SOR clip as well.
That was a beautiful SOR clip. Coensi keeping up those. They
yeah,
also
very nice
got a pretty
hair
good
as
one.
well. Very good start from both runners. But yeah, I suspect we'll see our first divergence in routes here. Yep. Well, maybe not. Never mind, I'm wrong.
Roko is not going Boko.
Roko's playing it safe. I guess it is best of one territory still, so it makes sense. Opts not to grab backup food, which I guess makes sense as well. Both runners do opt for the pot lid. But Coensi actually opts to get some backup food. But yeah, I think Roko had a bit of a weird line for pot lid, which is why Coensi's closed the gap a tiny bit. Threw me off. Either way, clean starts from both our runners. Coensi has the backup food. We'll see if that ends up being a factor. After stasis, it doesn't matter so much because you scan your fish and you're usually pretty safe, but some runners, including myself, do opt to get the mushrooms or peppers before, just in case you either get hit by the bokoblins or you fail the jump in stasis. Yeah, coming up on the Boko camp, both the runners opt to go for left side. Yeah, let's hope they don't get hit.
Roka
looks
makes a
good for
clean
both of them.
getaway. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay, good thing you got the backup food. Coensi accidentally jumping in place gets him hit there. He will have to do a slow walk over though, because you won't get much speed. Actually, it might be just enough. Nah, not quite enough for fast climb. I think Roko just cleared skew, which means he probably got one he wasn't happy with. Yeah, there we go. Opts to set skew on the shrine. Doesn't quite get the clip first try. Gets a second try though. Coensi also opting for shrine skew. Struggling a little bit with the angle here. The skew looks okay. Yeah, so that's the older clip setup. A lot of people are opting to do a different lineup now.
And now we have both runners into stasis. We can see that for the most part, this is a fairly casual shrine.
Yeah, exactly. Stasis and Magnesis are very similar in the fact that you just kind of run through them using the rune as intended. And yeah, nothing too exciting. Even both have a little jump you do to skip the ending. Which Roko will come up to shortly. There's about 25-second gap between the runners, maybe slightly less, but nothing major from the first split. Coensi just losing a little time on the final approach in the clip towards stasis. Anyway, nice jump from Roko, clears it with pretty safe looking jump. And a nice looking jump from Coensi as well. Nicely done. Yeah, both runners playing it fairly safe there, and we'll see what they opt to do with the fish scanning here, because some runners opt to scan extra fish to try and roll hearty food, or just have extra backup food. Pretty much every runner scans amiibo here now. We'll see what the runners opt for after mashing through the old man text. They do be mashing.
Looks like Ro got Porgy on his first scan.
Yep, there is a hearty bass there. We'll see if he opts to take it. Oh, he's actually taken two. Two porgies. Is he still down a cup? No, I think he's good. Yeah.
You're good on carb.
Those are some very nice fish scans then. Two backup hearty foods, which we'll see if he opts to cook or not. Not looking quite so good for Coensi, that's mostly just Hyrule Bass. Now having some issue with one of his amiibos. There we go. There is a hearty salmon there, and a hearty bass. We'll see if they opt to take them. Roko going for the scary BTV setup. But gets it nicely. I think Coensi's still down one fish, yeah. Does get it. Didn't opt to take the hearty food. Meanwhile, Roko going for standard clip into Cryo. I didn't see if he went for ESC.
I didn't either. I was looking at
nicely.
amiibo.
But yeah, some nicer scans for Roko will increase that lead slightly. Does mess up the BTB, so... And he gets a deflection, which is unfortunate. Which means that he will have to reload. If you get noticed, your angle gets thrown to the left, but how much it gets thrown to the left is like pretty luck dependent depending on when you get noticed, and if it's too far to the left, then you will hit that ledge. If it's not too far to the left, then you'll be able to walk it at least, and you won't have to risk going for the setup again.
Looks like a much cleaner angle from Coensi this time.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for from that. Meanwhile, Roko not going for wall jump.
Not going for wall jump, but doing normal crow skip and gets it.
Very nicely done. Coensi does opt to go for the extended shield clip and gets the frame first try. That was a very nice clip.
It was beautiful. GG Coensi.
Yeah, we see Roko leaving the shrine as Coensi enters it. That'd be just over a minute of difference, but still nothing too huge. I wouldn't say this is a comfortable lead for Roko yet by any stretch.
Especially coming up to now Mag BTB, which many runners, I think, consider this one of the harder BTBs in any of the runs.
Yeah, it's got a very tight bullet time window. Because you're traveling so far on a bokeh, which is typically harder to get a precise BTB on. Does get a nice one though.
Does get a good
I'm interested about the delayed bow and equip there. Was it to slightly lower the height so you spend less time falling? That's what I'd assume. Ooh, Coensi barely getting the... Ooh, unloaded shrine. Barely getting the cryo block skip. Jumped a little bit early, which can lose you some height, but just about makes it. However, that unloaded for Roko is, yeah.
Yeah, saving him a couple of seconds there.
Yeah, it's at least 10, which at this point is very good for Roko. Yeah, Magnesis Shrine, nothing too interesting, so I'm going to turn attention to Coensi, who's coming up on the Magnesis BTB. Gets the slate storage, which I've seen quite a lot of runners going for as well. Just another safety strat. That looks like an early bullet time. Yeah, it is, I think. That looks like Edge of Forest. Well, maybe not. Never mind, it's good. Oh. Oh yeah, slate storage. I was saying he's leaving out rather late, but no. It was according to plan. Meanwhile, we see Roko finishing up the Magnesis Shrine. No major issues in there, and he'll be moving on to the bomb split. Yeah, both runners getting good mag angle BTBs, but the unloaded will mean that Roko had a slightly better mag split so far.
Roko going for box walk.
Yep. A riskier strat, but once you practice it enough, it's pretty much consistent, and it will save you about 4 seconds over the usual slab technique you'll see most runners going for. I like bullet time, does get a standard trajectory though. Little axe unequip re-equip there to save a world load. And pretty nice BTB. Lands a little to the left, but nothing dire. And a very nice clip in as well.
Coensi easily making it past good old Greg, not having any difficulty in mag.
Yep. Clearing the slightly less threatening Magnesis jump in comparison to the Stasis jump. But yeah, very nicely done through there as well.
Roko unlocking the bomb rune, which opens up another major movement trick for runners called wind bombs, which we'll see in a moment.
Yes, exactly. So the trick works using the bullet time effect, which has one miscalculation in how it works, and that's if you get knocked out of bullet time or you leave it in certain ways, your speed will be multiplied by 20 because the game doesn't compensate for it. And we can use that for bullet time bounces, we can use it for wind bombs, and Roko looks like he's opting to go for gamer wind bomb. That's a bit low. Oh, he does have some backup fish, I think, actually, so don't mind. Nice slab launch from Coensi, gets him into the correct position for bombs BTB, setup's all fine. Does jump a little early, but I think he's alright. Yeah, he is. And Roko clearing the bomb shrine without much of a hiccup. Pretty nice. Oh, that's an unfortunate ragdoll. Quarter of a heart usually shouldn't make much of a difference with a wind bomb, but we may see Coensi opt to eat one of the peppers just to play it safe. Because there are certain spots where you land where you'll take 2 hearts. Meanwhile, Roko comes up to wind bomb to tree. Possibly the most precise wind bomb of his run. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think it's because his shield came into contact with the wall, I'll take so. But maybe I missaw it. Anyway, nice wind bomb to tree from Roko, coming up on the tree rocket. Little slow of the arrow shot, but still gets on the tree very quickly, so no issues there. Just plays it safe with the arrow shot by the looks of it. That's a very nice angle, actually. This has been a very nice plateau from Roko, looking like about a 1430.
Coensi also going for gamer
Also
wind
goes for
bomb.
gamer wind bomb, unfortunately a tiny bit too low. Which means he clips the shrine. But yeah, that's a 1436 plateau from Roko, which is pretty insane for a race. Especially considering the issues with the stasis split. And we'll see Roko attempt Castle BTB. Gets it first try, very nicely done. World record pace completes the plateau in about 13 minutes and 40 seconds, I believe, so it's about 50 seconds behind that. Slightly more than that, actually. But Roko is a top 5 runner on the leaderboard, so definitely able to push his PB down. Just not with this run, his plateau is way behind his PB plateau. Gets an unloaded gate. Oh,
If this wasn't a race, we would probably see other strats from Roko specifically, like instead of doing cryo skip, probably cryo wall jump and going for Boko shield.
Yeah, exactly. So we've seen Roko playing it a bit safe, especially with the fish he's picked up as well. That will cost him about 5-10 seconds. But otherwise, he's been playing very cleanly.
Coensi having no problems with tree rocket.
Yep. Oh, he has held onto it quite late. Gets a bit lucky there to not get hit. But otherwise, very nicely moved. If the arrow shot's a bit low on that tree rocket, you can risk hitting the roof or falling through the gap. So you gotta make sure you get a nice high angle. Either way, still a very solid plateau from Coensi. Sub 17. I know Roko goes for the free agent arrow route. I don't know what Coensi's going to go for, so we'll see. Very nice sneak strike on the
Lizzie.
Villa's outpost. Is that enough attack feed? I guess it is. Yeah, just about for a 330. Coensi Castle BTB does pull the glider late. And is opting for Lumina backup.
Oh yeah, Lumina backup.
Love to see it.
With Lumina. On stream.
Yes. I did it in my race yesterday as well. Got to market my own self-promo. I mean, strat. It's an interesting angle.
Roko not
It's
getting
interesting to
height
see.
on the
Oh, yeah.
out of bounds midair.
Oh, this is slightly sketchy. I think he can just, yeah, glide it. Yeah, it's interesting to see Coensi's technique for BLSS. Because certain runners have problems mashing directly left to right, so what he's done is angled his camera slightly, and he mashes slightly over to the left to compensate.
Roko getting that front hop over to the moblin.
Yes,
So
so
now
Moblin will spawn in, and you can just walk up behind it and sneak strike it if you throw your bomb correctly. Yeah, very nice BLSS from Coensi. He does go a little bit to the right. Doesn't quite manage to get the angle right, but either way, could still get unloaded. Unfortunately does not, so we'll have to clip in. Oh! Does not get behind the tree in time. I think he thought he was behind the tree because the line vanished, but that was the Guardian going to fire. This could actually put him back at Temple of Time, which would be really bad for him.
Roko going for Windblight skip.
I think the amount of time it took to reload there means it might be. Yeah, we see Roko's Windblight skip attempt. It looks good, I think. That's really rough for Coensi. He's got a mountain to climb now. Oh, actually, Roko does drop the Windblight skip, and we'll have to reload. Depending on how much damage. Yeah, you can't continue with that. And this autosave you get in Sanctum can be pretty stinky and put you back by Zelda's study. It usually will.
And Coensi on second try BTB looking good.
Yep, gets a cast of BTB second try, thankfully. And hopefully we'll see another unloaded gate. Yeah, as I thought, the Roko's been put back at the bridge, which means that loses about a minute and a half from that reload. Yeah, Coensi can still. Oh, he opts. He doesn't think he's going to, so he's going for the backup entrance by the looks of it.
And second attempt of Windblight skip from Ro.
Yeah, that setup looks a lot better. So I think this one will work. Yeah, much better.
Much better.
Yes, Coensi opting for the alternate entrance, doesn't think that the gate was going to be unloaded.
Copium. Roko easily going through the Water Blight first phase.
Yes, very cleanly done. And yeah, so this puts Coensi's now ran to a point where you'd want to go in with the unloaded gate, and from here on out it's just the same. But if you know you have a very slow castle BTB or you have to do backup wind bombs, then this can be a better alternative to clipping in. It's down to a preference of the runner though, it's a pretty similar timing window. Did he grab the Royal Guards Claymore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and we see Coensi going for the Nadra thing that is in Castle, which gives a little bit of buff to their attack up.
Yes, so I believe it sets the minimum timer to about 13 minutes instead of 3 minutes 50. So a lot of runners opt to go for it just in case they have issues with Kalam. It means that the run won't die if they run out of attack feed. Roko coming up on Fireblight phase 2. Let's see if he can get the one cycle. Goes for the throw, which I'm always interested to see. Saves a tiny bit of time. And
Coensi got 18 minutes.
Yeah, 18 minutes is a critical cook, which you can also get. It's slightly boosted odds with a Dragon Part as well, so... If Kalam takes 18 minutes, Coensi is prepared.
And Coensi is going with the 6 ancient arrow route.
Oh, I think Roko misses a hit there, which means... Oh, he has to use a bow. The alternative is to use the boomerang, but his was still on the floor, which could have given him some issues. Because when you're on a 330 attack up food, you can't really afford to go and pick up the boomerang and throw it. So that would cost about 10 more seconds. Speaking of which, where is it? There it is. Oh. Oh, and he throws boomerang there instead. Okay, I see. Does mean he'll need to get all the double hits here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, the double hits have looked bad, actually. That's okay. He got lucky. The Guardian went for the laser. Otherwise, he would have used another bow shot, which would put him in a really bad spot. But yeah, those double hits are really important when you're down on damage.
Which now we see Roko headed into Calamity Ganon as Coensi goes into Sanctum to set up Windblade Skip.
Coensi does need to eat because of the way the fire works on the attacks from Clam is weird. If you flurry on yeah. So I was gonna say if you flurry the attack, the fire for that attack appears, but if you miss a flurry, then the fire sticks around even if you flurry the successive attack. And we see Roko getting caught out by that. Which means that there is now a slight lead for Coensi. Roko will be back on the bridge. But just like that, we have a pretty even race, yeah. Coensi in Waterblight after getting a fairly clean Windblight skip. Roko's going to have to pull out all the stops to lower this gap.
Yeah, that's right, Chucky. Coensi's got 6 ancient arrows.
Coensi does get the fast headshot on Windblight, so playing it as fast as possible. It's quite a big lead in the grand scale of things. You don't lose usually more than 10 seconds at a time in the blights, and there's about a 40 seconds in it currently. So it's very hard for Roko to close this gap now. Also gets the gamer headshot. Interesting positioning from Coensi. You don't usually see runners stand here, and does end up missing the one cycle as a result. Clam RNG is fake in this category. If Coensi loses time to Clam, it will be because of a mistake in phase 1. Coensi also missing the double hits here, which will mean that he will lose a fair chunk of time here. I think he can opt to boomerang. Oh no, he does actually save it.
Yeah, still saving, goes into second phase of Thunderblight, while we see Roko in second phase of Fireblade.
Yeah. So Roko also missing the Fireblight 1 cycle. I think they're both alright on weapon routing, so we'll just come down to execution from here on out. With Coensi cleaning up Blights, he will also have his first attempt at Calamity. Does have a long attack food, so I don't know if everyone's watching the race, but you should probably play it safe if possible. Just from an outsider perspective. Does opt for a Flurry Rush in the 6 Ancient Arrow route, which you don't usually see. Actually, did Coensi do 6 Ancient Arrow? I can't even remember.
Yeah, Coensi did 6 Ancient Arrow.
Okay, yeah, you don't usually see a Flurry then, but it does mean you can play it a bit safer. Like, if you miss a couple of headshots, it's less punishing. Yeah, this is an interesting routing.
Gets the parry.
Gets the laser parry very nicely as well.
And we see Roko headed in to Ganon as well, and gets the Flurry Rush.
A little bit low on the throw there. If you throw the Royal Guard's Claymore too low, it can come into an invulnerable point of Clam and not damage him. But no, very nicely done there from Coensi. The face felt a little slow though with the flurry, so he might go to wall. Does not, but we will see if he goes after this. No, he's alright.
Coensi getting that second parry. Yeah, when Ro threw his Claymore, he got the little hitbox. And that brings him into second phase of Clam as well.
Exactly, so it's pretty much scripted from here on out for Coensi as long as he can hold together the stun lock. Just needs to not drop it. Roko also getting a laser. He's done all he can now, just gotta play as good as he can for the rest of the race.
Coensi had a clean stun lock, and we see him going on to Dark Beast.
Yeah, that was very well played from Coensi there in the Blights and Ganon. We'll see Roko wrapping up his stun lock as well. We have seen runners make mistakes in Dark Beast in the past, but as long as Coensi can stick to the script, should be pretty clean ending. Yeah, Roko did have a slightly cleaner Kalam fight, I'd say. They had pretty similar blights, both getting the Gamer Waterblade headshot and dropping the 5 Blight 1 cycle. So yeah, it was about 30-40 seconds in it, I think. Maybe slightly less, actually. Low 30. Roko getting his first volley of both light shots nicely. Coensi coming up on his second set. Oh, doesn't get the pre-fire. I respect that he went for it.
Huge respect that he went for it.
Oh, Roko does get the pre-fire. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
We see Coensi coming up on the belly shot. Gets it nicely. Opts to run out to the left. Running under the head can be a little scarier, so yeah, running out to the side should be safer.
Roko also getting the chest or stomach shot.
And there we go. Coensi takes the race.
Coensi.
Plays it safe throughout the run, and it does pay off in the end. And we see Roko coming up on the final shot as well.
Having the horse do a little dance.
And GG's to Roko as well.
GG's row.
I think we can have both runners in for a post-race interview. If either of them would like to join. But yeah, GG's to the runners. With that, Coensi will be moving on to face the winner of Ultexo and CBF, whilst Roko will be facing the winner of Cobchant and the real Nomen. Welcome in, runners. GG's
Welcome, runners.
on the race.
GG's.
Hello. GG King.
Thank you.
Good race. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little upset that it was only a best of one. I would have liked to see more of this series, but in the end, that's how it is. And
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
you both ran your races, yeah. Unfortunate what happens in these races sometimes.
It happens.
Like, the fact that you still got a low 32 with a Calam Death is pretty nuts, Roko.
Yeah, that's insane.
Thank you.
But yeah, how do you feel about... We'll start with Coensi. How do you feel about your run as a whole? Anything in particular?
Yeah. Like, the beginning was very bad. I lost like 30 seconds in stasis, and then I also lost like 20 seconds to amiibo scans, and then I felt cryo BTB, so that was very bad. And then at Castle BTB, I didn't get the BTB, did the BLSS backup, then died from a Guardian Laser, respawned back at Temple of Time, so that was very bad.
Yeah, that was
basically
unfortunate.
Everything except that was like really good, so I'm overall really happy.
Yeah, you picked it up really well after... I'd say as soon as you, like, after that cryo BTB reload, you played it really good. Got a little unlucky with the gate not being loaded. But yeah, otherwise you ran a very solid race. The endgame especially was very nice.
Him was really solid.
And yeah, GG's to Roko as well. Any particular highlights or things you want to comment on?
My run was basically the opposite of Coensi. I got a 1435 plateau, but the end game was actually pretty good until the missed wind light skip and the calamity
Yeah.
death.
That
I
second
kinda-
calamity phase 1 was extremely clean, though.
Thank you. Yeah.
Interestingly,
yeah, I'm happy with that.
I saw you opting to play it kind of safe with the with some things. Like I saw you usually go for Boko Shield, but you opted for Pot Lid in this race.
I know
And also-
I think I just wanted to play it safe because the warm-up run before this I died to the Boko Shield route as well.
Right.
And I actually went for the normal clip at Cryo.
Yeah, that was another thing I noticed. Just playing it a little safe. Even taking some of the hearty foods as well from the
Yeah.
amiibo scans.
I thought the hearty food saved me at when Calamity's fire hit me, but then it hit me again and I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it just catch you out? Were you expecting the fire to fade, or did you just not expect it to hit you?
Yeah, I was already hit by the fire during the flurry rush, so I thought normally you would get 2 hearts of damage if you get hit by fire the first time, but that happened here as well, and I wasn't expecting that because I already was on fire before that.
Yeah, unfortunately caught out by the fire there. Because it sticks around if you... Like, the fire fades after you flurry an attack, but if you miss a flurry and then flurry the second one, the fire from the first attack sticks around, so that's what caused you the issues there.
Yep.
Yeah, anything else you want to ask, Kelsky?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Any final words anyone wants to say? Do you know who you're facing off against next?
No, actually.
I'll read that out again. I mentioned it a minute ago, but... Coensi, you'll be facing the winner of CBF and Ultexo. And... Roko, you'll be facing the winner of Cobb and Nomen.
Right.
Yeah, if no one else has anything to say, then I think we can wrap it up. I'll just say thanks to the runners for entering as always and giving us a good race, and thanks to Kelski for joining me on comms last minute, and of course thanks to ADN for restreaming.
Thank you for the comments and restream, ADN.
No problem. So
GG's, Lucy.
we don't have any more matches today until like 11 p.m. Eastern. So you guys will have to wait the whole day. But that one is a losers bracket round 1. Bings versus Stompy. It'll be on ZSR2. So keep an eye out for that one. And in honor of Team Europe, we will go ahead and raid our friend Maya, who's doing Skyward Sword. So GG's everyone. It was a really close race and very fun.
GG's.
GG's.
GG's.